Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? Right now, today's map. On the workshop, it just jumped off the page at me and said, you need to review me because you kind of like me, don't you? And I said, okay then. So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to warn you in advance. Today's map is very, very, very busy. There's barely an inch of this map that doesn't have something going on. So be prepared, your eyes are going to be tired by the end of today's episode. Also going to warn you that the playability factor in this map is actually possibly higher than it would appear. So some of you are going to really like this map once you've removed possibly some foliage from it. You'll see. I promise you'll see. I also warn you that I have used Google Translate to learn to speak a little bit of Chinese in today's episode. Forewarned is forearmed, especially if you're Chinese and you don't want to have your ears broken. Anyway, it's time for that daily reminder. Get that finger waggling, please. That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support the channel. You don't think it does, but honestly it really, really does make a big difference. So thank you very much for doing that for me. Right, okay, today's map is Houmen Bay, China, Xinjiang, Xingxi, Korchu, which is basically English for squatting in special economic zones. I have no idea. It probably means something different in Chinese. Resources look like that. Probably very good for the new resources DLC. And of course you did get a quick glance at the start square. Let's have a look over on the workshop. What do we need? The answer is a mass transit. You don't need translate though, because it's written in English and in English first. So thank you very much for that, Huang Sang. And yes, if you do want to read the Chinese, it's all there as well. Brilliant. Apparently tips in Chinese is tips. Who knew? Okay, let's have a look at the roads. Now they do sort of like come into the map in a tunnel. I know that it doesn't come into the map in the tunnel, but right on the edge of the map it goes straight into a tunnel and emerges here. Now, I'm sorry that the camera's going to be bouncing around a little bit because the terrain's a little bit bumpy in places, and I'm trying to stay smooth, but it's very difficult to stay smooth. Now, the highways do sort of like parallel for a short while a national road network that is quite extensive without being too extensive, and you can see there that one's going off into the map, and one goes off to the edge of the map as well. If we go alongside the highway here, and look at this is nice work. Look at the way that the rail pillars are in between the highways there. Very easy to have overlooked that one, and good work there for the Huang Sang. Sorry, Huang Sang. I've got to try and get your name right there. There's probably some foliage underneath the these highways, but not too much. No, it's all low foliage, so I can let that go, I think. Anyway, we come down to this intersection here. Now, if you don't like tunnels, you now exit off of this very interesting seashell style of intersection. There's no glitching or anything going on there, which is all good. And now we're going down to national roads, just to avoid the tunnel, because we can't drive through tunnels. The game won't let us do it. Oh, it's so sad. I wish we could, you know. I really do. Anyway, so we're going to go underneath the highway, and we're just going to go the long way around with a little bit of foliage encroaching onto the roads here, and a little bit more around here somewhere. There's a bit more there, and there's a few bits. I'm not going to look at everyone because honestly we'll be here all day, and we haven't got all day. Anyway, we then go back under the highway, which emerges from those tunnels there. It's only a short trip under the through the mountains, and now we're going through the start square. I'm not exactly sure where the start square starts and ends here, but you're looking at the foliage going, my eyes hurt. Yes, I know, I'm sorry, I didn't make the map, I'm just reviewing it. Anyway, start square, lots of lovely build playing going on there. It's actually quite nice indeed. We're elevated all the way, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's in some maps you kind of like feel that probably actually this is a really dense industrial or residential or commercial city, and so it would be elevated. Anyway, lovely intersection going on there. We do have a little bit of a problem though. We do have a little bit of a problem. One clipping lamppost, just the one. Could be worse. Could be much worse. Much worse. Anyways, now we're going to have a look at the highway, the National Roads Network. Now, I'm going to warn you now. What happens when you're building a highway and, well, you kind of not run out of tarmac, but run out of felt tip pens? Well, what happens then is this. Oh, my pens run out. Darn it. Scribble, and then you carry on regardless. I forget to go back and colour it in. Okay, a little bit glitch in there. A little bit of highway problem going on there, and because of the way that the map is laid out, there are lots of highway problems. Probably very realistic to the area, one would imagine, but there we are. Now we're just gonna go through we can't look at every road, honestly. There's quite a, it's extensive, it's not too extensive. Don't think that this is one of those maps that's going to kill all the trees. Don't think it's one of those maps that's, oh damn the trees. There's going to be oh poor trees. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a map with a sensible amount of national roads. Oh, we've got a bit of a tailback here. And like I say, this is another one of the problems. We haven't built a thing yet. This is away from the actual city centre, but already we have got some traffic flow issues. So you're probably going to want to upgrade. We've got a little bit of glitching as well in the highway. Tiny little bit of glitching there. So that's probably something we're going to want to fix before start building on this map. So anyway, we're going to follow the national roads this way, I guess. They're reasonable. They're not super smooth, okay? They are a little bit. Oh, hello. We got a slight rock fall on the highway there. Lucky there's no traffic coming the other way. Otherwise, that would be a bit of. Oh, hello. Yeah, there is traffic coming the other way, which means that entire boulder network needs to be just shifted a little bit using the Move It mod to. Yes, free up the highway. See, this map is so busy, it's so easy to miss little things like that, and the creator has just made it almost an impossible task for them to spot minor detailing issues by having so much detail across the map. My eyes are hurting. Your eyes hurting yet? Mine are hurting. But in a good way, because hey, it's truly magnificent, the amount of detail in this map. Truly magnificent. Anyway, we're back to somewhere you're going to recognise now, which means we've kind of done a lap of the map back to that tunnel through the mountain at the start, just before the start square. Now, the rail, surprisingly very nice indeed. There's one or two things you might have a little grumble about. I'm not going to, okay? I know where these little issues are, but look how smooth the rail is. The ground is bouncing around underneath us, forcing the camera up and down. Yet, the rail, it's just sticking straight and true. And it's magnificent. Yeah, in a moment you're going to say, you're not pulled him up on this, BonBon. I'm going to let it go. Okay? I'm just going to let it go. So it's actually not too bad. That down ramp's not too bad at all. And this looks very busy. Very busy. Not sure what you'd do with that apart from demolish it. Now this is quite impressive. These half catenaries here, right? Oh, hang on. I think you need a mod for these. Anyway, the mod is not listed, but look, they're not actually in the tracks. These are the one-way train tracks, aren't they? Which I have, and I think that's something you need to subscribe to. Might have been missed off on the workshop page, possibly. And then we're now coming back up the ramp, and we'll merge back in here. It's not too bad, possibly a little too steep, possibly. Anyway, we now just cut through mountains, which means we are heading towards the fog, and we can prepare ourselves for today's asset review. Let me get myself comfortable. Right, I'm comfortable. Let's go. off to Assetville and Asset Corner for today's asset. And it's by Dutch Mountain, and I'm going to have a go at this. Portjebouw. Gate building by Dutch Mountain. Okay, how bad was that? On a scale of 0 to 10. How close to absolute 0 was I? Portjebouw. Boo. No. I Google translated the Chinese. I didn't put I didn't Google translate the Portuguese. Oh my God, the Dutch, help. Anyway, it's a gate building by Dutch Mountain with a road running through. It's not very nice. I like it. We're going to use that in Asset World on Sunday. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. Let's head over to Themington Island. Why not? For the starting the night view this week of Winnachew, that's it. Basin theme by It's Okay with the custom built Winnachew basin colour correction LUT. Lovely. Factoids, because factoids. A couple of short ones today. The first one. Not only are Chinese books written back to front, but footnotes used to appear at the top of the page, which means I'm guessing they now appear at the bottom of the page, which makes it an obsolete factoid. And one more. The most common surnames in China are Chang, and no surprise there, Wang, you giggle, stop it, and Li, which I think is a very nice name, Li, L-I, Li. So there we are, a Winnachew Basin theme, and we'll have another look at that tomorrow as we go back to the shipping routes, back to the very, very busy map. Even the shipping routes are somewhat busy, as you're going to tell. It's not super busy, but there's lots going on. We've got traffic going up to there, crossing over each other here, always a bit dangerous, that one. All of this going on, okay. And I'm not even sure why we have to go so close to the coast with that, because the ships would have found its own way. And all the way around here, this actually goes up the river, or does it? There's a bit of a break there. Does this connect with anything at the top of the river? It doesn't. So this shipping route is absolutely unconnected and pointless, which is a good thing too, because it would just crash through those bridges. So it's a very good idea to actually remove that. Well done. And lots and lots and lots and lots of shipping connections going in every direction. I don't know if you can make that out, but that is very busy. Water flow. Now we have lots of rivers, and they are very narrow, thin, snaky rivers, and well, the water is flowing, but you're probably not going to be drawing from these. You might be ditching some sewage into them at some point. The water emerges over here, and the start square, which is over here, it's a little bit slow, but it's workable. Okay, it's definitely workable. Now, foliage. All over the beach, we've got foliage. I have extensively used these new patches of foliage that came with the Park Life DLC. I don't think they're being used brilliantly well in this map. Trees all over the mountains, which is fine. I'm okay with that because they don't look like huge mountains. I think the trees could grow on the top of those mountains, and it is balanced all the way across the map. So I'm going to let that go, you know. This is what's going on across the entire build plane. Oh, help my eyes. Ah, they hurt. No, to be fair, there are parts of the world where foliage is busy and varied like this. So I'm going to accept it as being a local variation. We've got an interesting bridge here that's decided to take the water with it up into the land. That's quite odd. But there are some water issues that are accepted actually in the description, to be fair, but I think they're things that possibly should have been fixed. Possibly should have been fixed before we started. Have a look at this river down here. River is fine, I think, this one. Everything's good and true. We've got actually the way the water's merging there, that's actually surprisingly effective. as we head down to the main body of water there. But there are some issues with water. Let me have a look around. Like here. Yes, here, look. We've got... we just passed a load of drowned trees, and yet we've got no water here at all. But if we hang on a second, you'll see the water pushing in from underneath us, flooding everything on its way as it makes its way into this, I don't know, is it canal network or river network, but there's a lot of water coming in from the edge of map. It should be the other way, but look at the amount of flooding that's going on down here. I can't see that this is going to subside. I really can't see that, because this water is finding its level, pushing on up and pushing on up even more. If we look at this poor tree, yeah, you're fine there, aren't you? No, 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 you're going to get a bit wet. Hope you've got your trunks on. Your trunks on. Oh, just made that one up. I won't use it again. Not today anyway. Drowned trees, they wear their trunks. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm the funniest man alive. Okay, right, so yeah, what we're saying here is there are some water flow issues. Oh dear, oh me. I'm not sure how far that's going to push up there, but yeah, they're you're probably going to want to fix the flooding issues. That's one of the first things you'll want to do as a mayor of this city. And we really do need to have a look at, oh yes, the Essential Lighthouse. Yeah, can't really say too much more about that one. It's in a reasonable location. More flooding. More flooding. Your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. It goes towards the end of month Viewers' Choice Awards, where we pick out the best 10 maps from the month. Is this going to be one of them? It might be. It's interesting, and it's very, very busy. So aesthetically, wow. Aesthetically, it's very, very busy. Just too busy for my liking, I'm afraid, and I just getting drawn away from enjoying it. It's 2 stars for aesthetics. Sadly, I think it deserves more. Detailing, too many little problems to fix, unfortunately. There's a lot of detail, and I think if there was less detail, there would have been fewer problems, and it would have scored higher, possibly much higher. I can't give it more than 2 stars though. There is just too much to fix. Gameplay potential. Now, honestly, okay, ignoring the fact there's a lot of problems which would then lose a star automatically, I'm very close to giving this 4 stars. Very close. I'm only going to give it 3, but it's very close to that 4th one. 3 stars for gameplay potential. Houmen Bay, China, by Huang Sang, Xin Shang, Xingxi, Korchu. Wow, my Chinese is just as bad as my Dutch and my German, and almost as bad as my English. Your chance to vote anyway on an old map. It's up on the screen now. Yeah, there's a poll on that. Go and vote on it. Yeah, give you something to do. You've got nothing better to do today, have you? You just watch my videos all day. What's going on with you? Have a great day anyway. I'll see you tonight and tomorrow for some more What Map.